Hello guys, welcome back to my Python series of basics, and today I'll work on Python's dictionary. First I'm going to talk about how to create a dictionary, then I'm going to talk about how to access, add and remove an element from our dictionary, and last I'm going to talk about some built-in methods and built-in functions of our dictionary. So let's begin. So basically dictionary is an unordered changeable collection of items, means that the items of dictionary are changeable. So let's create our first dictionary and see how all that really works. So we say dict1 and it's equivalent to an empty dictionary. For dictionary we have to remember these curly braces and there's no value in this dictionary, so it's an empty. We print this and let's run it. It outputs empty dictionary. Next we're gonna do what? We're gonna create another dictionary which is a student dictionary which stores the student information. So let me create the dictionary student and open and close curly braces. And within these curly braces we're going to put the key value pair. So first name and equivalent to Vikash, then we put to age equivalent to 25, and next we say height and it's equivalent to 510, and next we say subjects and it's equivalent to a list of subject and say electronics and then Compsci and then environment. So you guys see that creating a dictionary is a bit different compared to other collection data type. While other collection data type only have the values as the element, while dictionary have a key value pair. So the first one you see that element is going to be the key and that one is going to be the value. So it stores the key value pair within them. And key of the dictionaries act as a unique identifier where we can find the data or the value. So now let's print this dictionary, say print and do student and let's run it. It output the whole dictionary. And we can also create a dictionary using a built-in function called dict. So let's create a list of tuple, and over that list of tuple we're gonna run that dict function. So let's see and let's say list1 equivalent to a list of tuple, and this tuple we say name, and name is going to be the key, and then we specify the value, say Rahul, and this is going to be the value, and next we say age and this say 25 and this is going to be the value. So let's close it. Now we're going to do what? We're going to run a dict function over that list. Say print and do dict and say list1 and let's run it. See, it convert that list into a dictionary. See, the whole thing, name is going to be the key and age is going to be the key. So the whole list of tuple is converted into a dictionary. Now let's try to access the values of our dictionary. Do you guys remember in the previous lecture we access the values or elements using the index? What in case of dictionary we're going to access the values using the keys. So let me say print and student and we're going to put the key within these square brackets, say name and close it and let's run it. It's gonna output the value attached to that particular key. So key is name, the value is Vikash. If we similarly if we say print and student and we say age and then run it, it's gonna put the number is 25, so it output the age. So there's a one more method through which we can access these values and it's a very similar one. So we say print, let me comment that out first, just highlight all the portion and alt F3. I have so many times I told you guys that how to comment the section. So let's say print and student and dot get, and within that get we're going to specify the key. We say name, run this. See, it output the value attached to that key is Vikash. Now what's the difference between these two methods? Because both of them perform similar function, but the difference is that when we try to access a key which is not present in our dictionary, so let's say print and say student and then we specify a key called gender, suppose gender, and it is not present in our dictionary, so it's gonna say is what? It's gonna throw error. See that student G is not present. Similarly we run that very same thing using a get method. So we say print student and dot get and we say G, it's a key, and let's run it. It just says none because it's not going to show error. So that's the difference. Now if we try to add a new element, or if we try to change the value of our dictionary, so for that we say, let me comment it all, just remove it, student, and we want to change the value of name from Vikash to something else. So we say name, and we put a new value, and it is equals to Rahul. So let's do this, and let's student, and see the value is changed from Vikash to Rahul. The first one it's Vikash, and then it changed to Rahul. And if we want to add a new value to our dictionary, for that we say student, and we specify the key, and the key is gender, and then we put the value, and value is equals to male. And when we run the dictionary again, and it gonna says that the key and value pair is attached to our dictionary, and the name is changed. So this is how we change the value or we add a new value. And there's one more method through which we can perform all these two operations in a very single step, and that method is called update method. So we say, so let me comment that out first, this, and now we say student dot update, and within that function we can specify the new dictionary, say name, and we want to change the value of name from Vikas to Rahul, and then we add a new key value pair, and that is the gender, and the value of gender is male, and we close it, and let's run it, and let's print the dictionary student, and see the whole again the new key value pair is attached to our dictionary, and value is changed from Vikas to Rahul. So this is how we perform all those two operations at once. So the way we add element, we can also do what, we can remove an element, and for that we have 4 available methods. Those one are pop and pop item, and next one is a clear, and next one is a del. So we're gonna try out each one of them one by one and see how it really works. So first let's say student dot pop, and within that pop we're gonna specify a key. So we say name, we want to pop out that name out of our dictionary. So now let's print our dictionary and see that the name is popped out. So let me close it first, and then let's run it again. See, the name is popped out our dictionary. So here the dictionary is reduced to 3. So pop gonna do what? It's gonna remove a particular element out of our dictionary. And there's one more method and called pop item, and that's gonna do what? Student dot pop. It's gonna do what? It's gonna return, or it's gonna remove a random element out of our dictionary. So let's run it. And now let's print our dictionary, say print, and see the random element is removed from our dictionary, and the random element is subject. Now if we want to remove all the elements present in our dictionary, for that we have a function called clear, say student dot clear, and it's gonna do what? It's gonna remove every element present in our dictionary. So let's print the dictionary and say run it. See, the whole element is removed. So now the dictionary is empty, as you guys see over right now. The next function is del, and this function is going to do what? It's work pretty similarly like as a pop. So we say del dot del and student, and we specify a new key, or we say name, and it's gonna pop out the name out of our dictionary. So print student, and let's run it. So it says the name is not present in our dictionary. Now if we want to remove the whole dictionary, means if we want to delete the whole dictionary, not even an element, the whole dictionary, for that we say del student, and this is gonna do what? This is gonna just delete the whole dictionary. So let's print this dictionary student, and let's run it. See, the whole dictionary is removed. That's why it's throwing error that the student is not defined. So this is how we remove the element from our dictionary. Now let's talk about other built-in method that we can use our dictionary, and the next one is item. And this method gonna do what? This method return a list containing the tuple for each key value pair. So let's run it and see print and say student dot item. So it returns the list that contain the tuple of key value pair. Similarly, if we want the list of all keys present in our dictionary, and for that we have a function called key. So we remove that item say key, and it's gonna return a list of keys present in our dictionary. See, something is wrong. Oh, it's a keys, sorry. Yeah, now let's run it, and it returned the list contain the keys of all dictionary. Next, instead of keys, if you want the values, and for that we just replace that keys to values, and let's run it. It now return the all values present in our dictionary. So this is how all these methods really work in our dictionary. And the next method in the row is setDefault, and this method return the value of the item with the specified keys. So if we say print student dot set default, and we specify the key, say name, and if this key is present in our dictionary, and then next we're going to put a value. So this method accepts two parameters. The first parameter is the key, and second one is the value. So according to the definition, this method is going to do what? It's going to return the value that attached to that particular key. So if you run it, see the value to that key is Vikash. Now if that value is not present in our dictionary, then it's going to do what? And then it ensured the key with a specified value that we specified over here. So if we change that name to something different, like say, so like say color, now it's gonna do what? This is gonna create that key value pair in our dictionary. So if you run it, it's gonna output 45 because the value of that key is 45. Now if you print our dictionary and see that key value pair is attached in our dictionary, see the color and 45 is attached in our dictionary. So these are the different built-in methods that we used in various dictionary operations. Now let's talk about some built-in function. And built-in functions like all, any, or length, or sorted are commonly used in dictionary to perform different tasks. So let's try to understand each one of them one by one. So the built-in methods like all and any and length function is generally used to find the length, and next one is the sorted. And most of the built-in functions are pretty similar that we already discussed in previous lectures. So let's talk about first, say print student dot all, sorry, it's a function. So we say all, and this function will return true if all the keys present in our dictionary are true. So now if we run it, so it says true. Now if we replace that age from age to something like 0, and this is a false, so it's gonna return false. By the way, we already talked a lot much about that all function in previous lecture when we talk about built-in functions of list, set, and tuple. So if you didn't watch that lecture, I'll put the link in the description. Please check that. And next function is any, and it's a contrary of the all function. So we say print and any, and we say, and it's gonna do what? It's gonna return true. Even a single value present in our dictionary is true, so it says true. So false and true. The all one is gonna return false, and any one is gonna return true. And the next function in the row is length. So this is gonna do what? This is gonna print the length of our dictionary. So say, and let's run it, it output 5. So the length of our dictionary is 5 because the initial one is 4, and then we use the set default. This way we add a one more element. So the length of our dictionary is going to be 5. Now the next function in the row is sorted, and this function will return, it return a list of sorted keys. So if we say print and sorted, and then we specify the dictionary, say student, and it's gonna return error because the all keys present in our dictionary are string. So if we run it and it says error, see. So if we take a new dictionary called dict1, then we copy paste it, and then we put it over here, and then we're gonna run a sorted function over that. So let me say, let me change it from dict1 to dict2, print sorted, and say dict2, and let's run it. See the keys of this dictionary are sorted. Now let's do what? Now let's try to iterate through this student dictionary. So we say for I in student, and then we run it, say, and run it. It iterates through all the keys, means the all keys that attach to the dictionary, the iteration is going through that. Now if we want to iterate through all the items of our dictionary, so we just say items, and then we run it again, and it's going to iterate through all items. Similarly, if we want to iterate through values, then we replace that item to values and run it and see iterate through all values. So this is how we work with different built-in methods and different built-in functions of dictionary, and we almost done with the video. I hope you guys understood the basics of dictionary. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the comment section. I try my best to answer them. Now if you like the video, hit the thumbs up and share with your friend, and be sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon for future videos. And thanks for watching. See you in the next video.